Hi everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WOC Reader, and welcome welcome back to my channel. So I had to give you guys a proper introduction because I didn't get to do one before I left. So right now I am in Washington, D.C. I decided to go away for a few days and just take some time to myself to re-energize, to get inspired, and to see some fun Christmassy stuff that our nation's capital has to offer. And I was in DC earlier this year, but it was like a day trip, and I tried to get footage because I did want to show people some stuff, but we were just moving so fast from museum to museum trying to take in as much as we could. So since I'm here for a few days now, I get to really enjoy it. I have a full itinerary. One of my highlights is definitely going to be visiting the Library of Congress tomorrow, so I definitely want to take you along on that journey. And I am tired right now because I have been up since 5:30 in the morning. I had to catch a bus and then a train to DC. Luckily I was able to get the early check-in, so now I'm just trying to rest for like a couple minutes, and then I'm going to head out and do some exploring since it's still early. I did start a new book while on the train as much as I could because I was like half falling asleep, but I started The Monsters We Defy, which ironically is set in Washington, so that fit perfectly. I have it on Kindle. Well, I have the physical book at home, but I wasn't trying to lug that around because I have enough stuff I'm lugging around, so I have it on my Kindle app on my phone, and I am a few chapters into it, and so far it's really interesting. So it's following this, well, it has multiple POVs. So right now the POVs that I read between are this girl named Clara, and she's about 23, I think, and she has the ability to speak to ghosts, and people come to her for her services because she will ask the spirits to try and help them with stuff. But the thing is, there's always a twist. So when you ask for something from a spirit, you're not always going to get it in the way that you think you will. For example, a young woman comes to her desperate because she wants her boyfriend to be madly in love with her again because he's kind of fallen off and she's pregnant. And when she makes a deal with the spirit, yes, he will be madly in love with her, but no man is ever going to satisfy her. So there's always like a little twist to what you ask for, and it pains Clara to make these deals for people. And then we are also following her roommate Zelda, who is albino, and she used to be in the circus and then she escaped. So that's a little bit I've read about her so far. I think I'm like about 5 or 6 chapters and I have to double check, but so far that one's going good. I'm also currently reading Salsa Magic by Leticia Moreau, and that one is a middle grade novel, and yeah, I think it's middle grade. But that one is interesting as well because that follows a Puerto Rican family living in gentrified New York, and there's like some Santeria going on in there and some weird dreams, and so far I'm enjoying that one as well. I am reading that one between the audiobook and then just like following along with it on my Kindle. That one is not too lengthy, so I'm actually going to try and finish it tonight when I come back to my room, and I will keep you updated on that. Right now, like I said, I'm going to take a quick break and then I'm going to head out and explore. Hey everyone, so I was walking around the area looking for food, and then when I found a place, I realized my hotel is actually pretty close to a lot of the museums and stuff. Like I saw the Air and Space Museum because I recognized it from my trip earlier this year, and I'm like, oh, so it's like not that far from everything. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can hit up the DC Christmas market today. It said it was like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, not too bad. You know me not really knowing DC or how exactly to get there. Took me a while. I want to say it took like 30 to 40 minutes for me to find everything, especially because the GPS was a little bit off in the directions. And then I get there and it's closed. And it didn't say it was closed. Like, apparently it was closed today because they had to switch out vendors. It's not normally closed on a Monday. It was just closed today. So I get there and I'm like, that's a bummer. Time kind of wasted since it took a while to walk there. So then I just ended up walking around the area, doing a little bit of shopping because I wanted to get something to fix my hair. My hair is kind of looking crazy. And I am really tired, so I think I'm going to take a nap quick. And then I'm going to go downstairs and maybe get a drink. The lobby is like crazy packed right now. I want to kind of show you guys what it looks like, but I don't want to invade people's privacy. So I'm trying to see if I can get it at a time when it's a little bit less hectic. So I was playing around with the light settings and now it's super bright in here, and I'm gonna have to mess around with it a little bit more because this is a little too bright for me. But I went down to the hotel bar and got my complimentary free drink because when I booked through the app they gave me a free drink, not every day unfortunately, but at least a free drink to start, which is always fun. The last time I stayed overnight in DC was like years ago, but the hotel I was at had like a complimentary cocktail hour. I think that was like a Hilton or something. But I am in love with the decor of this place. Like, I tried to get a little footage and be discreet. Of course, somebody spotted me taking pictures and then started up a conversation with me, but it was all good. We had a nice conversation, and before I went down to get my drink, was reading a little bit more of Salsa Magic, which I have here, and I am on chapter 17, so I've gotten pretty far on it now. That's a little bit over the halfway mark, and I'm gonna try and finish listening to it tonight. But it follows Maya and her Titi Yaya, which is like her grandmother's sister, has arrived in town, and everybody's like, we don't talk about Titi Yaya, you know, she's a bruja. And Maya's having these weird dreams, and she like saw her in her dream, and she is now being like her little bruja in training, and her family is not okay with it, but it is what it is, and she's uncovering some secrets. So it's getting really good so far, and like I said, I'm gonna try and finish it tonight, and then I will be reading The Monsters We Defy for the rest of my trip, in between doing all my fun stuff, because I am going to the museums tomorrow. I have a full fun-filled day tomorrow. I'm gonna get up early and try to hit up a lot of places. So then I will try and take you guys along for the ride. So right now I am tired. I need to take a shower. I'm gonna listen to some more of this, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow morning. Okay, so right now I am at the elephant's little area and I was trying to get some footage of them, but clearly I was disturbing the one because he just started like pooping and then let out like about a gallon or two of pee. The zoo is really quiet right now because it just opened like an hour ago. Surprisingly, there's no like crowds here, so it's a good time to quickly see the animals and get out before the kids start coming in. Okay, so I am back outside the zoo entrance. Lots to see and do in there. Truly could have stayed like half a day just looking at all the animals, but right now I'm off to the Library of Congress, so I will check in with you guys in a little bit. All right, so that was the Thomas Jefferson building at the Library of Congress. So that was pretty cool, seeing like the big reading room and seeing all the amazing architecture. So now I'm headed off to the National Museum of African American History. So that should be a good time. I also need to get something to eat because your girl hasn't had anything to eat all day, but they're supposed to have some pretty decent food around there, so I'm gonna go check it out. Okay, so I am back at my hotel, and now I remember why I never posted that DC vlog that I tried to do back in the beginning of the year. Well, more like spring of this year, but it is very hard to vlog when you're going from museum to museum because there's not a lot of continuous shots. You are like taking a shot here and a shot there, trying to get little footage, but you're going through so many rooms and you're just doing so much stuff. It's very, very difficult. But I tried to get some footage of my day today as I was running around, tried to check in when I could. After a while, I'm like, I'm not checking in. It is just too much. But you should have seen me go to the zoo, the Library of Congress, which the Library of Congress is pretty cool. I saw amazing architecture there, and I got to see the reading room. That was amazing. I went to the National Museum of African American History and Culture, which I went in the beginning of the year, but it was cool to go again and just see the part that I missed because there was a lot that I missed. And you know, I actually got a little bit emotional going through some parts, just thinking about everything that Black people in this country have gone through and how we've all come together regardless of our journey and done things like that were great despite all the obstacles that were thrown in front of us. And it was really cool, just especially like I felt like a connection to the music section because my dad was a huge music fan. He loved all the greats. He was constantly playing music. He had so many records and CDs, and it just like made me think of him as I was walking through that section, like hearing his type of music, because he really did. He had like a wide variety of stuff he enjoyed. And then since it was a weekday, not a weekend, and this is a little bit less busy of a time, it wasn't crowded, so I was able to really move at my own pace and got some good pictures in here and there. After spending a good amount of time in that museum, because like I said, there's just so much to take in, then I'm like, oh yeah, let me hit up the Christmas market. Although, as I'm walking to the Christmas market, I realized I was supposed to go see the national tree and I did not because I was too tired yesterday. And I'm like, oh, I'll have to hit it on my way back. Had I known, I would have hit it on my way there because it was literally right around the corner from the museum I was at. But I was already like part of the way towards the Christmas market when I remembered anyway. Went to the Christmas market. I love going to those little markets just because you see a lot of unique and interesting stuff. There were crafts that from all types of different cultures, and I stopped and sat down for a moment, break, and drank a vanilla chai. And then I decided to go see the national tree. Why was the national tree closed? Like, I get there and the guy's like, yeah, you know, they closed early and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure when they're going to reopen. I have one more day because I leave tomorrow afternoon. I can walk, even though it's going to be like a good bit of a walk. So I'm going to try and see if I can walk there tomorrow and see it before I leave. If not, I'm just going to have to go without. I was thinking of going to the Founders Library at Howard, but I didn't want to go today because I'm just like, okay, you know, I'm tired and I did already get to see one great library today. So I may or may not go see it tomorrow. It just depends because it's supposed to like lightly snow apparently, possibly tomorrow morning. So we'll see. If it doesn't snow, maybe I'll get up and I'm out there as quick as I can and go see it. It's a little bit away from where I am, so no promises on that. But I am pretty tired right now. I'm just charging my devices and I actually need to film for Salsa Magic. I want to just do like a quick little video about that because that was a really great book and I had a good time reading it. and definitely want to recommend it. So I'm going to try and make a little video for Instagram for it, and I'm going to relax, probably read some of The Monsters We Defy, and then I'm going to go down to the hotel bar.